Hey, we do not have any sugar left.
There is money in my purse.
There are also a few things that we no longer have. Oh, and it's up in my bathroom and is not working properly. It is making a weird sound. You need to call the plumber.
I'll do that once I get my money.
Your money always takes forever to arrive. I mentioned that my friend is looking for a personal assistant.
We're financially stable. I don't need to work. I get dividends occasionally. If you help with the housework, I might consider a part-time job. But with 3 kids to take care of, along with you and my husband, is challenging.
Are you saying that your mother-in-law is a burden? My son is injured. Otherwise, he'd be working. He's been providing for you for years. Now that he can't work, you don't see his value. I see where you stand. You only want to be his wife when he has money. Everything's getting more expensive, and we need that money. Maybe your father can help find a job.
I don't see what you're complaining about since we have enough money to live comfortably. Don't forget that you're a guest here.
Well, you've got a sharp tongue.
I could look for a part-time job. But then you and Paul would have to help with the household chores and the kids.
I'm old. I can't keep up with 3 kids, and Paul is searching for a job as he recovers. You can't expect him to work overtime with the kids and do house chores.
So, do you think this situation is acceptable? I'm already doing some online work, taking care of the kids and managing the house. I've never asked you to do anything, but all you do is complain.
I don't know where my son found you. You're so rude.
I'm not rude, I'm just reasonable. If you need more money, maybe you should consider a part-time job. But since you're not willing to work, I'll have Paul check the issue with the tap. We can't afford a plumber right now.
You didn't used to have this attitude when my son was working. I see you've changed now, that you're the main breadwinner. Don't worry, he'll recover and find a job. You'll have to respect me then.
You know, once he gets a job, we might have enough money to send you to an old age home. You're old, can't work, and don't clean up after yourself. I don't understand why you're still in this house. You should consider moving to a retirement home. I hate fighting with you, but enough is enough. You're always on my case, and it's not okay. I'm trying my hardest to keep this house in order.
I can't believe you're saying this to me. You know I don't have a home of my own. My husband kicked me out for a younger version of me, and my other kids don't care. It's only sweet Paul who cares.
I'm sorry if I came across as harsh. You just need to be more considerate. He's healing and will be back to work soon.
Let's hope things will get back on track.
Exactly. Hey, do you know what's happening at home?
What do you mean?
I just went to the bakery to get you a congratulatory cake to celebrate your new job. But I came home and found our kids and my bags outside the house. What's going on?
I thought I told him to wait so I could tell you properly.
Tell me what? What's happening? Do you realize people are staring at me right now? I asked your mom to come out and explain, but she won't. Well, Linda told me she kicked them out when I left for the shops. It's raining outside, and the kids could get the flu. You need to come home right now and tell your mother to let us in. What gives her the right to do this? She better let me in before I call the cops. I pay all the bills in that house.
Things have changed. I'm the one paying the bills now. There's no easy way to say this, but our marriage isn't working anymore. I haven't felt connected to you in over a year. I brought my mother to stay with us, hoping she could help fix our marriage, but all you do is fight with her.
What? I don't understand why you're doing this now. You had a whole year to tell me you didn't want me anymore. You're such a hypocrite. You disgust me.
You need to leave. If you don't have any money for a cab or a place to stay, I could loan it to you. But you'll have to pay me back.
So you kicked your own kids out? I'd get it if you don't want me, but what about the kids?
The truth is, there's someone new in my life. Of course, nothing will happen until we're divorced, but the kids would just complicate things. You're just not the right woman for me. And you don't even put effort into your appearance. You look older than my mom. I'm tired of holding back how I feel. I should have told you a while ago.
But you didn't because you needed a roof over your head.
Yes, that's true.
Well, I'll leave. I hope your new job loves and cares for you as much as I love you. If you wanted me to make more effort with my appearance, you should have told me. I don't know why you're complaining, but you haven't been in the best shape either. You can't forget that I cook, clean, and take care of your mom and the kids. You still expect me to look like a supermodel after all that?
Sorry that my mother kicked you out so unceremoniously. But that doesn't change the fact that you and I are done. I'm a new man, and I don't want my past with me.
Who is this new woman you're with?
That's none of your business.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, dear. It's been a while since you reached out to your old man. What's going on?
Something's gone down at home with my husband, and I need a place to stay.
What's happened?
I'll fill you in on all the details later. Right now, I just need somewhere to crash.
No need to say more. I'll find you a spot, or you can move in with me. My place has been empty for a while.
As long as my siblings aren't there, I'm good with it.
You already know what I'll say, right?
That I should give them a chance. No, I won't. They're vultures.
Well, it's my own fault for not having you all grow up together. Now that you're adults, you can't even stay at each other's places.
I'll be there in a couple of minutes. Just waiting for someone to pick us up.
You're bringing me grandkids? Fantastic!
Yeah, I am. His mom kicked me and the kids out.
What a ridiculous move. You're the one paying the bills. Where does she get the nerve to do that?
She got the nerve because my husband finally landed a job. Now he can pay all the bills, and he thinks he deserves better than me.
What? You know I won't let him off easy, right?
I'm giving you full permission to hold him accountable.
You know, I found out which company he's working for now. Interestingly, you know the head of HR there, Christine.
I haven't talked to her in years, but yes, I know her.
Maybe you should reach out to her. Suggest that she consider letting him go.
Dad, that's kind of playing dirty.
I'm just saying, he played dirty with you. All's fair in love and war.
I'll think it over.
Well, then, good. We can't let him off the hook that easily.
Hey, how've you been?
Hey, Elena. I heard about what happened with your husband, and I'm really sorry to hear that.
He's a real jerk.
I'm here for you, Elena. If there's anything I can do, just let me know.
I just wanted to ask if you knew he's been seeing someone. He told me he'd been seeing another person.
I can't disclose information about my employees. When he joined here, he said he was single though. That's all I can say.
But we were still married when he said that. How could he do that to me?
Can you really blame him?
What do you mean?
Your marriage has been on the rocks for a while. If he had a wandering eye, what could it do?
You're my friend. How can you say that?
Well, let's not pretend we're friends anymore. Remember the day you asked me to use my connections to get you a job at my father's company, and I declined? Our friendship pretty much ended there. Didn't you notice when my number was suddenly unreachable? We're nothing to each other now.
I can't believe this.
Believe what you want. It's called karma.
So you're the one he's been seeing?
No, I'm not.
Funny how he landed the job when you clearly dislike me.
He got the job based on his own qualifications. It had nothing to do with you.
It's hard to believe, given your questionable ethics. You were the one who wanted me to help you get a job at my father's company without going through the proper interview process. I think you're his mistress, and that's how he got the job.
You're really delusional. It's not even funny.
What's funny is you.
How am I funny?
You let yourself be used and risked your job in the process.
I didn't do any of that. There's nothing you can do now. He kicked you out like a dog. So don't act all high and mighty as if you were the perfect wife.
Our so-called friendship is officially over.
It was already over a long time ago.
Well, you know, Dad, my so-called friend is the one who got the job by getting cozy with him.
I always had a feeling that your husband was up to no good.
Well, at least now I know the truth.
So what's your plan for payback?
I don't think there's a need for that. I just want to focus on taking care of my kids and living a peaceful life.
But he betrayed you.
I know he did, but I'm just so tired. Let me rest for a while, and then I'll figure things out.
Sweetheart, I'm really worried about you.
I'm okay, Dad.
You haven't left your room all week. At least take a shower and have something to eat.
I'm not hungry.
This isn't right. My daughter can't waste away like this. Are you thinking of divorcing him? Do you want to see a doctor or a therapist?
If you can find me a time machine, I'd appreciate it. But I know that's not possible.
It's just tough seeing you like this. I'll make sure he doesn't get away with it.
He already has, Dad.
Your siblings are coming over for dinner.
So they can mock me?
All right, that's enough. You have an hour to get ready and come downstairs. Your attitude isn't how I raised you.
I'm sorry. I'm just so tired of self-pity, yet I can't seem to break free. I guess I should send out the divorce papers, right?
It's probably the best thing to do. And we'll make sure he doesn't get anything from
That was actually really nice. I haven't laughed in so long.
It was. I'm just glad you're feeling better.
I've thought about it for a few days, and I want to leave him. Oh, and I also give you full permission to handle him as you see fit.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I'm sure he needs to pay for stealing my laughter. You can do whatever you want with him as long as he pays.
Well, then, it's time for me to teach him never to mess with my daughter again. And if we also get to deal with his mother in the process, that would be even better.
Great. I'll talk to my lawyer about the process, but I don't think it'll be that difficult.
I don't think so either.
I want a divorce.
Finally decided, huh?
What's that supposed to mean? Don't expect any sympathy from me.
Well, it's not like this marriage was thriving for a while. I'm okay with an amicable divorce. You can have custody of the kids.
Are you saying you don't want to be part of their lives?
I didn't say that. We can work out visitation later, but for now, I've got my own life to focus on.
I don't need your advice on how to rebuild my life. Got it?
Understood. Send the divorce papers, and we'll sort this out.
Fine by me.
Well, that was quick and painless. If you ever need anything, just give me a shout.
I'll keep that in mind. And you're due for your weekend with the kids.
No problem. I'll be there.
On a different note, I'll be starting a new job next Monday. Working with my dad on a fresh business venture. How are things going on your end?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for handling this whole situation so maturely.
Sometimes you just have to roll with it and make the best of what's left. Anyway, I've got to get back to what I was doing. I'll see you this weekend.
What the heck? Your family bought this company? How is that possible?
Honestly, I had no clue that this new venture was going to be the same company you work at. I wasn't given many details.
No way. You did this on purpose. How did you manage to score a senior role? I've been here way longer.
I don't see why you're upset. You told me to move on, so I did.
But not in my workplace. My ex-wife as my boss? Unbelievable.
Well, life is full of surprises, right? I promise I'll treat you just like any other employee here. I've reviewed your work, and you're doing well. However, I have some questions.
Questions about what?
Like how you landed this job. You're talented, but this position exceeds your skill level and experience.
Talk about the pot calling the kettle black.
I've been working with my father's company since I was 16. I've climbed up from the bottom, so I'm confident in my qualifications.
No need to flaunt your trust fund and nepotism.
I earned my position, unlike you. I'll prove it, and you'll be out of here.
Good luck trying to get rid of me. You won't succeed. I obtained this job the right way. Go ahead, make a fool of yourself.
Watch me. The days of you gaslighting me and getting away with it are long gone. I'll dig up everything I can, and when I do, you'll pay for it.
I thought you were healing. Where's all this bitterness coming from?
Healing and seeking justice can go hand in hand. You forgot I'm a pro at multitasking, just like when we were married. Those years of being your doormat are finally paying off.
First, you accused my son of having an inappropriate relationship with his manager, which got us suspended. And now, you're getting us kicked out?
What are you talking about?
Our landlord, who happens to be a family friend of yours, told us we need to move out. He doesn't want to rent the place to us anymore.
Well, I used to cover all the bills. Haven't you guys been paying them?
You're the one who signed the lease, and if it hasn't been renewed, that's your responsibility.
I don't live there anymore, and I'm no longer your daughter-in-law. My friend did us a favor by renting us the house at a lower cost. I allowed you to stay there for a while since I'd already paid rent in advance. But now you have to leave because my friend doesn't want you there.
You always manage to complicate our lives, even though we believe in you. What's gotten into you?
I have no control over your living situation. And honestly, you're becoming quite tedious. Can you please leave me alone? I have a lot of work to get done. What I can do for you is expedite his disciplinary hearing to the day after tomorrow. We're still investigating his allegations, and I can't share more details. Have a good day.
You just can't dismiss me like that. I'm your kid's grandmother, and you should show some respect. My son is under tremendous stress because of you. We can't afford to lose our source of income.
He can find another way to climb the corporate ladder, as he often does. Just not within this company. I'm responsible for protecting this entire business. My family owns it now, and what I say goes. If I were you, I'd be less concerned about your son's situation, especially since he cheated on me with the HR manager. She practically admitted it, but I can't use that as evidence.
Maybe you had it coming because you've become so arrogant. You always acted so self-important just because you were covering the bills. I don't regret kicking you out. It's the best thing that happened to us.
Well, I'm glad you were able to remove that burden, which I assume is me, from your life. This conversation has dragged on long enough, so I'll say goodbye.
Hey, do you have a moment to talk?
Sure, what's on your mind?
I want to apologize for not supporting you when that guy cheated on you. But I can tell you who the woman he cheated with is.
Really? I'm curious.
It's Sarah from the accounting department. I'm pretty sure it's her.
No way. That's not true.
Please, don't let this cost me my job. We used to be friends, right?
We used to be friends, but you made it clear that we're not friends anymore. The friendship faded a while back when you held a grudge against me for not using my connections to get you a job. when you're more than capable of finding one yourself.
Come on, please. It was all him. He was so persuasive, and I couldn't resist his charm. You know what he's like?
He was married, Christine. Are you that desperate to get involved with a married man and give him a job? I don't get it. Why would you sell yourself short like that? You've done this sort of thing back in college, too. Buying things for guys to get into a relationship with you? Do you think that's healthy?
I'm sorry, okay? I struggle with insecurity. I mean, just look at me. I'm 40, not married, and childless. I'm getting older, and I've been stood up on dates. So, when I get some attention, I didn't think straight.
You didn't respect yourself. It's not up to me to determine your fate, so you don't need to beg me.
Wow, you're really heartless. You're just like your father.
Don't you dare talk about my father. You don't know him, and you have no right to speak about him.
Well, I do know that he had children with different women. He cheated on his wife with your mom, and then you moved in with him. You were raised differently from your siblings, and you grew to resent them, developing a sense of entitlement. You acted like you were too good for the family business, so you left to be self-made while depending on your father's money. And now you've gone right back to him as soon as your situation got worse. Some of us don't have rich parents to bail us out.
You didn't have to come at me like that, and you know it. Let's just forget you said all that. Please make sure you're on time for the hearing. How about I cook something for us tonight? We can invite all my siblings.
You've been getting pretty close with them lately. What's the story?
Well, I figured they played a part in helping you secure this company. So I thought it was time to get to know them better. They're not that bad, and I'm realizing I don't really know them well.
I guess it's partly my fault for having so many kids and having them raised separately. I made mistakes in the past, like the kind of man who cheated. I'm sorry about that.
Don't worry, Dad. That's all in the past. At least you took care of all of us.
How did the hearing go?
The evidence against them was overwhelming. They had an ongoing romantic relationship. You know, company rules prohibit relationships between juniors and seniors to prevent favoritism and conflicts of interest. They clearly violated company policy. In normal circumstances, they would have received a warning. But given the unique circumstances, it raised question about his hiring. HR decided to terminate them both.
Good riddance. We don't need people like that working for you. How are you feeling?
Pretty great. I also wanted to let you know that they're being kicked out of the house.
Is that the same house Linda kicked you out of in the rain? Well, karma sure moves quickly when you give it a little nudge.
Actually, it moves even faster. One of the reasons they're getting evicted is that I bought the house.
You bought the house?
Yes, I did a while back.
Wow. Are you leaving me?
I don't want to leave, Dad. The kids are attached to their old house, and it has a cozy feel to it. Plus, I have so many fond memories there. I'm thinking of moving back in about a month. The place hasn't been looking great. I had someone inspect it, and it turned into a bit of a mess.
Well, that's no surprise. Your mother-in-law isn't exactly the tidiest person. You were the one who kept that place in order.
Right, and I'll be back to make sure it's kept neat and clean at all times. But something is bothering me, Dad.
What's on your mind?
Well, something Christine said. She made it sound like I've never had to work hard for anything, and it's bothering me.
Don't let that get to you. Her opinion doesn't matter. You're a boss, and you've been doing remarkably well.
I hope so, Dad. But if I ever mess up, will you tell me?
Of course I will. And you can always try your hand at something new. Now go and make dinner for everyone. It's time to celebrate our family and the legacy we're building for our kids.
Great idea. Talk to you soon, Dad.
Do you have any idea how difficult my life has been? And still, you expect me to look after the kids?
I sent you an invitation to watch a movie with the kids so you could spend some quality time with them.
If you think I'd ever willingly be in the same room with you again, you're dead wrong.
I won't be there. It's for you and the kids. It is Father's Day, after all.
You really are something else. First, you took my house, and then you got me fired. And now you want to make a spectacle of me in public? You're out to humiliate me.
Not everything revolves around you. You broke the rules to get the job, and losing it was the consequence, plain and simple.
Now my mom and I have nothing. Do you know how much people are laughing at me? Don't ever talk to me again. You might think you've won, but you'll end up alone and miserable. Who'd want a woman with 3 kids who's looking like she's expecting another one?
Don't get it wrong, you jerk. I have my kids, and that's all the love I need. He did us all a favor by removing himself from our lives. As far as I know, he's staying with some unsavory characters, along with his mom, and he still hasn't found a job due to the shady way he got his last one. Christine left town, and we're no longer in touch. We're definitely not friends anymore. I'm doing well at work and balancing it with taking care of my wonderful children, who make each day worth living. They haven't seen their father in a long time, so I've taken on the roles of both parents and don't mind.